What's good, YouTube? It's your boy TSO Sage and I'm back with another video. I'm not gonna lie, I'm really excited for this video. I've sat on this video for so long because there were so many other things to talk about. We had the finals going on, and even before that, the playoffs themselves spun so many different narratives that I never really had the opportunity to drop this video. But as of today, as of right now, everyone watching this video, welcome to the gulag that is my channel. We talking about you guys today, man. We talking about you sports fans that be in the comment section ranting or be in the comment section praising me. Everyone watching this video, I'm talking about you, my guy. And if you're not new to my channel, you know my ranting style, so all I'm gonna say now is if you're a guy that's pretty sensitive, you might want to leave because you're gonna get your feelings hurt. But the reason I'm so hyped to do this outside of just being toxic for no reason is because a lot that I'm about to say in this video needs to be said and needs to be addressed on a public level. Certain styles of fan bases we letting slide for no reason, or the people counter arguing with those fan bases just aren't as toxic enough to stoop to their level and get them to register information. Or whatever reason, the point is a bunch of stuff needs to be said about y'all, and it's gonna be said today. And unless you're not a gummy bear, you're gonna like this video because it's gonna be hilarious, I guarantee you now. So if you end up liking the video, which I guarantee you will like the video. And with that, let's get to our first category of fan bases. First up, we have a group that I'm going to refer to as the followers. And those who are followers just got butterflies in their stomach, and those who are not followers already know what I'm talking about. For those who haven't caught on by now, the followers are the sports fans that literally follow one player who, let's be honest, probably top 5, top 2, probably the best in the league around to every team that player goes to. This dude is the loudest in the group chat, the first to talk shit to everybody, thinking that they're on a high pedestal and know everything about sports, due to the fact that they're never down bad because they're rooting for one of the best players in the game. But the craziest thing about the follower fan base is it has two categories, one that I actually accept and the other that I just despise. If you're a follower that knows you're a follower, you're toxic and annoying, but at least you know it. It's rare for any follower that accepts that they're a follower that then act like they're not toxic. If you root for LeBron James every year and then you're talking to somebody about making the finals, I mean, dude, you're just being a dick at that point. Like, you know you're gonna make the finals every other year. Now, whether you gonna win that motherfucker or not, that's a whole different story. But the section of followers I actually despise are the followers who act like they aren't followers. LeBron goes back to Cleveland and suddenly everybody was a Cavs fan since 07. Man, shut the hell up. Tom Brady goes to Tampa and everybody's like, let's go! My team's finally go. Fuck no. Like, if you're gonna be a follower, even though it's not okay, own up to it, bro. And now that I'm talking to the entire follower group as a whole, yes, I just said it's wrong, bro. What the hell is wrong with you? Pick a team. And the last thing before I move on, I don't want to forget this because everybody's probably begging for me to say it. What the worst thing about you niggas is the fact that y'all will cap so hard. I got people telling me Kawhi Leonard didn't play bad in game 7. There's people on this earth that think the 2016 Cavs sucked. And I don't want to dive too far into football or anything, but I did say his name earlier. There's people who think Tom Brady is the best quarterback in football. Like, bro, what the fuck? Like, why are you lying to me, bro? Why? You don't even believe what you're saying, so shut up, bro. Like, we all know you're capping, but shut the fuck up. No one wants to hear you. You don't even have a favorite football team. You're just sucking a lot of dick, bro. Shut up. Next up, the sensitive fan base. Although, yes, it's self-explanatory. These guys are pretty much sensitive and hate to be shit talked on. No, it's a little bit more complex than that. These motherfuckers right here. Oh my god. These the type of niggas that's loud as fuck in the group chat, loud as fuck in the party. Be the first ones to hit you up when your team lose. Incise any and every minute thing their team or player does. Because side note, yes, you can be a sensitive follower. But yeah, incite everything that their team or player does. But whenever their team fucks up and it's their turn to pay for what they owe, oh no, you can't find them. They already left the group chat. Or they hit you with this. Bro, I ain't do all that much, bro. Why you over here maxing on me? I ain't talking that much shit, bro. Bitch, shut the fuck up. Them the type of niggas that can't handle what they dish out, bro. It's sad. Next group though, we have the liar. This nigga don't watch no games. This nigga don't check no stats. This nigga don't really know anything. The lying fan base just says whatever shit they feel appeals to them and makes them sound smarter. But again, it's not as easy as that. Let's take it a step further. Some liars actually do watch the game. They just lie about what happened anyway. Like, you can't make this shit up. Or actually, I stand corrected because I guess they can. They do it all the time. Y'all gonna like this one. The next group is the babysitters. These the type of fans where you can't talk critically about no player ever. It's either positivity or you're hating. It's one thing to do that with one specific guy who you clearly have bias for, but it's another thing to do that with literally every player in the league. I'm not saying walk around and be a hater, everybody, but sometimes players fuck up and sometimes the shit is hilarious. But let's say you see somebody get dunked on, you can't laugh around this dude, they were going for the block. Or if somebody shoots a wild shot or airballs a shot, they're gonna be like, oh, people can't miss. But the worst part about this fan base is that they put themselves on some high horse like they're just the all-knowing neutral god. Like literally in every debate between players, this dude comes out the cut with a paragraph talking about some we shouldn't really do this and that every player is great in their own way. Okay, Gandhi, since you want to sound like Gandhi so goddamn bad, you know he was an asshole, right? Fuck out of here. Next up, we got the Sakura fan base. This fan base supports some really dog shit player and is in your face about him 24/7 when nobody cares about that player anyway. Like, let's say we talking about the top 10 shooting guards in the league. This dude is the type to bring out Malik Monk, and because there's no stats or film to back up why their player isn't dog shit, they always go on the things you can't see. His coach doesn't believe in him, the locker room doesn't believe in him, the fans don't believe in him, nobody believes in him except me. Yeah, I wonder the fuck why. The type of dude to Google Malik Monk highlights and be like, oh yeah, he's a sniper, when it's literally what highlights are for. They're highlights. Everybody looks good on highlights. I'm not saying highlights have no value whatsoever. If they're doing some stuff that a lot of people can't do, that's different. But everybody looks like a certain level of talent when it comes to a highlight video. That's why it's called a highlight video. Which leads me to a more popular fan group, the Statheads. These are the world's dumbest mathematicians. Their ideology is the fact that numbers never lie. There's no reason to watch the game whatsoever, because if you go to basketballreference.com, you'll know everything you need to know. Now, around the right crowd, these people are actually geniuses. But around people who not only watch games live, but then go back and rewatch some games, yeah, they're pretty much done for. Because although numbers never lie, numbers can very much be deceiving. But at the end of the day, stats are a secondary source, and you can't fool somebody who saw the primary source. Next up, in my personal favorite, so you guys get ready, because I got a lot of shit to say about this group. Next up, we got the author. These the type of dudes that will type you the longest explanation as to why you got something wrong and say complete bullshit. Like, listen here, motherfucker. You know, typing a long paragraph, you know, typing a long sentence, statement, whatever the fuck, and using your 5th grade challenge words doesn't make you a smarter nigga. It doesn't add any substance to your point. You just look like a dumbass. If you guys scroll to my comment section on almost any video related to any player, which, by the way, that's also convenient to me that it's only about players, it's never about teams, because most of your authors are followers. But yeah, go to literally any of my player videos, you will see a nigga in the comment section that typed like a full-blown paragraph, and at first it's gonna be like, oh shit, he really about to dissect and go in on this nigga Sage. Then you read that motherfucker and it's like, wait a minute, most of what this nigga said either isn't true or just straight up bullshit. Here's a little advice for everybody, okay? If you have to reach a certain amount of character count and verbiage to get to your initial point, it's a really good chance it's not a good point, bro. And also, debate 101 is a really bad way to start your argument. You never want to have your full-blown argument laid out on the table off the rip. It gives whoever you're debating with way too many points to attack off the rip. And now, even if you were wrong, what could have been a half-decent debate turned into a massacre. And if you're gonna ignore that advice and still type a paragraph, for the love of God, can you do proper research rather than biased research? I don't remember if I said it earlier, but most authors are stat heads too. This is because they'll look for any minute detail to support their argument, even if it doesn't make sense or is very irrelevant. To move on, authors aren't exactly your crayon eaters, but authors were definitely the ones that took like 15 minutes to sharpen one pencil in class. Like, you still a dumbass nigga, bro. Tighten up. The next two groups are both one side of the same coin. We have your actually casual fan base and then your casual fan base. The casual fan base is simple. They have a favorite team or favorite player. They watch regular season games whenever they can or whenever it's a good matchup, and they'll watch their favorite teams or favorite players in big games such as the playoffs or the finals. The only annoying thing about the casual fan base is the fact that every now and then they will act a little wild or act like they know exactly what they're talking about. But there's nothing wrong with the casual fan wanting to debate in sports. Like, what the hell? The only casuals that are problematic are the ones that act like they know everything. But on the other side of the coin, we have the casual fan base. The casual fan feels like they're never wrong in any debate ever, and therefore if you disagree with them, you're a casual. But let me be a bit more specific. Most of the time, these guys have an opinion contrary to popular belief. For example, one of them may think Dame is actually a better shooter than Steph Curry. So when a person that says, what are you talking about, Steph is the greatest shooter of all time, they'll be like, oh, you're just a casual. I'm technically defining contrarians here. I even used the word contrary a bit earlier. But the reason I'm labeling them casuals is because at the end of the day, you just disagree with the nigga. To them, belittle or question someone's intellect based off of a disagreement is a closed mindset, to say the least. And ironically, if you go this way about everyone who disagrees with you, it's a really casual way to view yourself and the debate. Last but certainly not least, we have the most popular group of all, the haters. We all know these kind of dudes. They just come out the cut hating on somebody for no damn reason, and the player or team can do no good no matter what they do. Now, a Lakers fan hating on the Celtics is one thing, but if a Celtics fan woke up one day and was like, man, fuck Devin Booker, it's like, my nigga, why did you just do that? Like, what did Devin Booker do to you? Did you wake up and see a tweet that said Devin Booker's better than Tatum and got butthurt about it? Funny enough, that's actually a good reason as to why most of the haters even exist. Some people in this world, yes, do just want to see the world burn, and they're just negative all the time. Those niggas is weird. But if you find a person who's really a good person and he just randomly hates on one player or one team, it's probably because he's trying to bring up the status of another team or another player. Like, in the grand scheme of things, like, everybody just sit down, take a breath, and think about it. Michael Jordan fans and LeBron James fans have beef. They never played. They never fucking played each other. Like Magic and Bird, okay, that makes sense. Westbrook and KD, that makes sense. Hell, I'm gonna stretch it a little bit. KD and LeBron, that makes sense. But the fact that Michael Jordan and LeBron James have never been in direct competition, but their fan bases hate each other so much just illustrates the number of following that goes on in the NBA community. The hindsight of, even though it's necessary, the GOAT debate is pretty fucking retarded. But most importantly, in pertaining to this subject, the amount of hate people will really spew just to defend their guy. Could never be me though, that's why you pick a damn team. But that's gonna do it for today's video. It's been your boy TSO Sage. I know me personally, I built my own hype for this video. I couldn't wait to record it, and I'm just glad that me personally lived up to it. I had fun recording this. And there's tons of fan groups and fan bases to go around. Like, we ain't get to all of them, so if y'all want a part 2, definitely comment down below. And if you guys like the video, don't forget to like the video. If you like my content, subscribe. It means a lot. And it's been your boy TSO Sage. I'ma holla at y'all later. Take care and stay blessed.
I said it's young Phenom, yeah, I got the cannon. If a nigga talk too much, I gotta blame him. I wonder where the hate come from. Gotta be a dum-dum undercover someone. You one of my children. Is it the paper, the moolah, the haters, the rumors, the leaked news of me and your shorty and Kama Sutra? I might just shoot you. Guns blazing, my little Ruger. It's not a blooper. In the Honda, I just maneuver. Italian spot where they serve my fettuccine. Make sure my linguine super steamy and not too creamy. Toasty panini, couple bites of tortellini. I'm feeling dreamy. 4